everyone. Today again is all about campaign finances once again. You know, there's something I love. I love it when people try to, accuse me or smear me, especially when it comes to issue of finances or whatever. It gives me opportunity for me to come down and farms and shine and put it out there, because unlike what they think, there are people who have skeletons in their cupboard. So when you just throw one thing, the person will be afraid maybe some skeletons are in the me. Abeg, come on, I will open the cupboard for you. If there's anything, bring it out. I will even help you drag myself. So at any moment, I'm always ready. And one of the things I've said recently is that, I even did on my advocacy at the place at the table, which I do on News Central. I talked about it, where there seems to be an orchestrated attack on people who have voices, or people who speak for people, talking about what the smear campaign they tried to do on Falana, Sarah, Ibrahim, myself, and some other people. And like for me, I'm never afraid of smear attack, because I know that there's nowhere it will fall back in. So we have one now. I'm going to do this because there's someone called EJ. That's what he has as his Twitter handle, as his Twitter name. And then the handle is Enwa Boso, at Enwa Boso. So the whole thing, where I saw this, coming out from, it started from Sahara Reporters doing, putting out a headline, and it says, "I'm not tied to Peter Obi. I'll leave him if I see a better candidate in 2027, Aisha Yusufu." I didn't bother to even read the Sahara Reporters this year. Of course, sometimes headlines are put in such a way to attract something. I did an interview with Shehu, and he kept asking, "Oh, is it Peter Obi or nothing?" I said, like, for me, it's all about good governance. It's about who is the best candidate, because it trying to look at other candidate that have come or that have supported. I said, me, I'll support the best candidate, and that's it. So it was like, oh, will it be 12? Like, no, if there's a better candidate, like, even Peter Obi himself has repeatedly said that he's not desperate to be the president of Nigeria. What he's desperate for is for Nigeria to work. And then, but anyway, that's on this thing. So this particular person, I don't even know whether I've had any what interaction with this person. I have over 2 million followers on Twitter. Who will I know that I've met? In short, sometimes I don't even like taking on issues on Twitter like individual, because I don't see most messages. There are messages you put. It will take me 1 year before I even see it, because there are a lot of people putting in messages, and then they just get swayed away. When I had 3,000 followers on Twitter, I love this one, because if you're writing something, I'm seeing it. I will respond to you. I'll do this one. This one I might not even see until people bring it to my attention. So this particular person said, so he now came on that said she should present comprehensive financial reporting of the domestic and foreign donations to his campaign before untying herself from him. So and I came and I said she already did. I see you are into financial services. Which part of our presentation were you lost on? So because when I click, normally that's what I do now. I will click on the handle, because there are a lot of bots. People that some of them are not even handles, just machines answering you, just trying to get you bogged down or whatever. I don't bother. But when I see someone has, like, this is a human being, yes, I will take my time out. And then what caught my attention was the fact that he's into financial services, because he put it there. You could see this in the financial services. I'm like, okay, fine. For someone who is into financial services. So, of course, he didn't reply or respond up to, I even had to do a second listening to say, guy, I'm still waiting. I've not heard from you. I need to know, do I need to break this down for you as if you were 2 years old? I'm ready, because I really want to break this down. This one seems to be a human being who happens to be in financial services. So let me put it down. And then there were people who responded to it. Say, are you scared of accountability? I challenge you to, that was he talking to someone else. For me, I love accountability. I love being held accountable, because that way I'll be able to come and tell you this is what went down. And it's not everybody that they put money in their how do I put it, in their care, and then money is supposed to begin to disappear one way or the other. No, it doesn't. It's going to follow a particular process. So after this was done, there was a particular, I'm trying to, because I want to take this now as it follows, each other. Okay, when he said that, so I went in there, so I saw his profile with the finance, so I screenshot his profile and then I put it, and then there was something he said, oops, I just saw this, madam. It appears that someone is tweeting on your behalf, perhaps your PA fair. Why should my PA be tweeting on my blogger? Every tweet you see on my listing, I tweet them. How many hundreds of thousands of tweets I've done. Like I've always said before, it's only 2 tweets that I wasn't the one who did them. And these were tweets that when my phone was with one of my colleagues during Bring Back Our Girls movement, and police had come to pack them, and so he tweeted from me that police had arrested BBOG members. He said it took you almost 24 hours to respond to my tweet, as I respond in due time when I'm less busy. So whatever he said, that particular thing, surprisingly, it was just a few hours after that I saw that, because somebody had tagged me and I was actually on Twitter. So I don't know where the 24 hours is coming. Whatever it is, actually, because when I'm less busy. So first of all, this is the thing. Let me even start from there. You are busy, you have to be busy. You see, the difference is that I don't have to be busy. And so for me, I don't have anything I'm doing. So if I want to do it, my youngest child, like I said, my youngest child has finished university. She's now working. She's working in UK. So I don't need to do I'm not doing school runs, I'm not doing whatever, I'm not doing this thing. So that is it. So let me come back. So I decided I've seen the tweets that he has done. I'm going to come back to those tweets now and answer them one after the other. So let me go back to that tweet. I'm the one that he had done. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to take the tweet one after the other and do this. I'm also going to respond in writing, but I want to do this video and put this out here once again. He says, Dear Aisha, first of all, we are not Mr. EJ at Enwagbo, so we are not on a first name basis. So the Dear Aisha doesn't come. It's either Aisha Yesufu, Miss Yesufu, or whichever one. But please, it's not Aisha. He said, I appreciate your direct message to me. Thank you. You did ask hours ago, but know that I don't live on Twitter. I saw your tweet about an hour ago. Okay, you don't live on Twitter, but yet you were saying someone had not responded 24 hours. That was a tweet that you had done, to me. But you don't live on Twitter. You put out your innuendos and accusations on Twitter, and then you move on. For someone who doesn't live on Twitter, actually, because you believe other people live on Twitter, you seem to know a lot about me. I'm sorry. I don't even know whether we've had any interaction other than yesterday when I saw, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday when I saw your tweet? And he said, I will respond in the best respectful manner possible. Now you're talking about best respectful manner possible. Oh, you now have respect. But you didn't have respect when you came to this thing you saw, Sahara Reporters had done this particular thing. Sahara Reporters had put out a message, and all you could do was to come out. She should present comprehensive financial reporting of the domestic and foreign donations to his campaign before untying herself from him. That was respectful. She should. If you needed this thing, you could have come any day, anytime, and said, dear Aisha Isufu, I need this from you. You didn't. But you just saw a message, putting an insinuation, and that's respect for you. You see, people like you who get called out, and then they're beginning to find a way to look as if, they are courteous, they are polite. It's just a pathetic way, because what I say to people, own who you are. Don't try to present a persona to the world that you're not there. They can see through you. So now trying to come out and tweet as if you are a respectful person, you understand? It doesn't go. It doesn't sound. So just keep that there. So okay, now. So first of all, the second tweet that he said, campaign finance reporting mandates the complete disclosure of all campaign-related financial transactions in domestic and foreign currencies. This could range from individual contributions, joint contributions, in-kind contributions, candidate contributions, because he labeled and named the tweets that he was doing. So he stopped via conduits and so forth. So the thing I'm going to say to you, Mr. EJ Enwagboso, I think what you're looking for, you probably need to have the courage and the guts and reach out to Mr. Peter Obi and ask him for all of these things that you're looking for. What Aisha Yesufu did and what I was in charge of was the campaign donations by citizens in the account that was labeled Obi Dirty Campaign account that was laid. And every money that came in, you understand, every money that came into that account was done to that account. Every money we received. I personally refused to collect money from anyone. People were ready to donate money to me. There were some, even before the account was set up, they were ready to say, oh, Aisha, we trust you, we send this. I said, no, we have to wait until Mr. Peter Obi sets up an account, and then the donations will be there. Even after the donations were set in with this, because what you're saying that, any money received, whether from anyone or anybody, even after the accounts were set up, people came. Sometimes there were people we see. There was even one I met in the elevator. Okay, yes, Aisha, you people are raising money. Please help me put this. I can't do the stress of putting it in the campaign account. Help me. He brought that money, and I said to him, no. I said, no. He's a known figure. He brought out some money. I said, no, we don't accept cash. Everything has to go through that account. For me, the accountability, transparency that I talk about every day, I just don't say it because it's nice thing to say. People will say about it. And at the same time, I don't run away from doing things because, people are going to say maybe I'm not accountable. So it's better for me to say I've never been in charge of anybody's money or any money, and then I'll put a persona that I am clean and this. No, I will be in charge of money. I will follow the due process, and I will ask you, come and check the due process. And no matter what smear, because I'm not afraid of smear campaign. They come all the time. No matter what smear it is, it will not come. I won't feel affected because there's nowhere for it to stick. So that's it. So for those who ask, I said no, categorically. I do this. This is someone I've known before. This is somebody that to an extent is a household name. People who probably know if the name is there. The person is still alive. If he wants to, let him come out and say that this is what he had done anytime he wants to. And if there's anybody, maybe in your little corners, who told you that they gave Aisha 1 naira or they handed over 1 naira to her to give this thing, please let that person come out. We didn't. I didn't. I was very particular about that every money that was given had to go through that account, must be paid, transferred, whether they did cash or whatever, I don't know, all into the account. And every money that came out. There was no money that was given to anybody as cash. Nobody was given a check to go and collect cash from. No, were transferred to the account. So you will see all the different accounts and all the different, monies that were put in there. And the accounts are there. And I will put a screenshot of the account number. So for those of you, you can even give it to an investigative journalist and ask them. Probably maybe because it will be against the law for you to be able to, for you to go and get the account yourself and open it up. Get investigative journalists, because that's one of the things they're able to do through their sources. So what they can help you do with these investigative journalists, they can be able to get all the accounts, everything, account statement, where did this money go to, who were they transferred to, are they the people that are said to have worked or whatever. That can be done. And let me just say, I've talked about the accounts we have were in Zenith, Sterling, Heritage, and Globus banks. And with the screenshot, you'll be able to see all of those, statements out there. So let me go back now, because I really want to take this, one after the other. Like I said earlier on the issue of whether anybody collected, whether there are monies that are collected by hand, through proxy, through whatever, I don't know. So if you have anything, like I've said, go and meet Mr. Peter Obi and ask him for his campaign account, and let's get all the ones campaign account, Mr. Peter Obi, Mr. Atiku, Mr. Tinubu. Let's all get them, put everything comprehensive. The one you're asking of Aisha Yesufu, there's something he made at the end of his tweet. When I get there, I will make that All I can even say it now about Labour Party. Aisha in charge of Labour Party campaign fund is a public this thing. It's public. Yes, I do agree with you. But Aisha Yusufu wasn't in charge. So how does that concern me? Aisha Yusufu is not a member of Labour. I was never in charge of Labour. You can reach out to the Labour Party and ask them to give you those details. You have a right to ask. Don't be afraid. Go in there and ask. But this innuendos trying to say Aisha this side. I know Aisha is a name. You understand? I am a name. It's a force to be reckoned with. But like I always say to people, when you're coming, come with what is on ground. Don't do innuendos and when you're called out, you now begin to act that, oh, you are the respectful one. The innuendos are the respect. The smear campaigns are the respect. And I like the fact that you're smart enough not to directly do an accusation where you'll be held liable, for anything. So going back now, so on the issue of foreign currencies, so he talked about this, and then he said back to foreign currencies, you are required to disclose the process of converting the functional, currency. You started with the 2-year-old name calling, but I would indulge you on that part. Oh, you started with accusations, you started with innuendos, and I did reach out to you to say, hey, I'm waiting. It's already been done. I've done my own part of it. Is there any part of the public this thing you don't understand? Since I see you in services and as you didn't reply, and I'm ready to explain it to you as you are 2 years old, which is to say, I'm ready to break it down however you want it to be broken down so that you will get that. So the part of trying to now look as if you're polite, you're courteous, I don't think anybody is going to buy that. You've already put out yourself who you are. Just have the guts, to own it. He said that's your distraction strategy, whatever you call it. It's your opinion and you have absolute right to it. For me, it's on the case of the issue that we're here. So the foreign currencies you talk about, that how did we do conversion? I didn't need to do conversion. The campaign the campaign fundraising that we didn't need to do conversion because there was no foreign currencies that we collected. Every money that was collected was paid into the bank accounts. These 4 bank accounts that we have that are in let me name them once again. Zenith Bank, Zenith Bank, Sterling Bank. You have Heritage Bank and Globus Bank. I'm trying to write them. Let me even give the account number. For Zenith Bank, the account number is 12419505451. Let me take that again. 12419505451. That's for Zenith Bank. For Sterling Bank, the account numbers were 00916578996. So that's for Sterling Bank. 00916578996. Then for Heritage Bank, you have 140-023-4900. That's Heritage Bank. 140-023-4900. Then for Globus Bank, we have 100-01-28194. Globus Bank, that's 100-01-28194. Please feel free, check the accounts, get the statements, go through it, check what monies came in, what monies went out. Like I said before, there is no single amount of money that I collected or my team collected. Everything that we did was directly paid into the account, and every transaction that was done was directly paid into account and into the different accounts that they need to go to. There was no cash that was collected there, because that's where you have this lack of transparency. We did not allow any cash transaction to take place so that anybody can check anything at any time. And if you have anyone who has said that, whether anybody anywhere in Nigeria or the world that said they sent anything to Aisha Yusufu, please kindly bring out that person. Let the person come forward. I would love that to be public. Let the person come forward and tell me when and where did this, whatever transaction that happened. I know it's hard for a lot of you to understand that people can stand and actually work on something and be transparent about it and not eat a kobo. I know some of you can't understand it, but it does happen. I'm here to tell you that I'm one of those people that will make it happen by the grace of God. So let me continue. So that is it. There was no any foreign transaction. Whether people, like I have had that question before where people said, what about people out of Nigeria that donated? Well, I don't know. If you donated into our Naira account, and this is what it is. So he said, my questions concerns will be very brief, but let me start by briefly explaining what comprehensive financial reporting means. It is simply a report that presents adequate information to encompass all financial activities. You understand? And he said the term sufficient is quite self-explanatory. First, can you clarify what type of financial account statement you are referring to? And then he said, I understand that your husband has some financial exposure, and I'm certain he would agree that you did not present a financial statement. So this is the first thing. We're having a conversation here, and you're bringing in my spouse. Because why I'm referring to this right now, because for someone, first of all, for someone who says he doesn't live on Twitter, you seem to know a lot about me. You see, this is the thing about life. I said, I will see you on the street, I wouldn't know who you are. I will look through you, you will see me and know exactly who I am. You'll be boiling over whatever it is you think it is that it's worrying you about me, and I wouldn't even know who you are. And so here you are bringing my husband into this, because there's a reference he made down the thread that he did to his wife. I'm like, what's my business with your marital status? That's your personal business. What my business is the financial services that is there on your bio. So this is someone who is talking about a financial, statement. So to get a clarification on this, because I see a lot of people who have been talking. When we did this particular campaign fundraising account was opened on behalf of Mr. Peter Obi and Marlon Detti Baba Ahmed for their campaign for people, fundraising for people to come in. And they were the ones who set up, who gave the go-ahead for the accounts to be set up, even though neither of them was a signatory to the account. But they were the ones who gave the go-ahead, who brought in the banks. I didn't bring any banks. We don't know. We that were signatories, we didn't bring any banks. I don't know of any whatever bank. They were the ones who chose the banks that were going to be open. And what we did was to give our details as signatories. So these are the people on whose behalf the financial, this campaign fundraising account was open. So when we did the statement of account, we gave it to them. I don't know whether, what's his name again? Enwagboso. Mr. Enwagboso, who happens to be in financial services. I don't know whether he doesn't understand, I don't know whether it's conflict or confidentiality or whatever. You can't carry somebody's financial statement and give it to somebody else. We gave it to them, the people that opened. So please, kindly go meet Mr. Peter Obi and ask him for that financial statement. Or if he gives the go-ahead, then we put it out there. I remember when a lot of people were asking for the statement for the financial account. Aisha has not done it. I said, look, then we're still having, this thing was still ongoing. The tribunal was still ongoing. I said, look, tribunal is ongoing. But moreover, I will not be the one that can come out and give you that statement. It has to be Peter Obi himself. He has to be the one to give you that statement. People didn't understand, because this is not my account. If I was the one that opened an account and I was receiving money on behalf of Peter Obi or the account or whatever, then it is mandatory on me to, go out there and give that statement. But this was an account that somebody else had authorized to be open, and we're brought in to manage and ensure accountability and transparency of that account as signatories. And so it was not in our duty for us to go on and make it public. And of course, I think there was that sometime in January when we finally sat down with Mr. Peter Obi himself. We gave that a statement of account out there, and he did. So there is a statement of account that was given him. It's about 14 pages, yes. I usually used to think that it was like 9 pages or 10, but I just checked it now. It's actually 14 pages. So a 14 pages, statement account was given. But there's a question that he asks, is that he wants to understand what kind of financial account it was. So for someone who does financial services, I'm sure you understand from the statement of account. Let me go back and put out it's the campaign fund, account statement for the 13-month period ended 3rd of July 2024. And this account is for the Obi Baba Ahmed, fundraising account. I think the question that you're asking is, what kind of account was it? Then this is what they said. The following are the significant accounting policies. I'm reading from the statement of account, so that you know that it's not people just sat down or were doing anything. So this is it probably answers your question. I'm not an accountant to know whatever, but I'm sure this is what you're referring to. It says the following are the significant accounting policies adopted and applied by the campaign fund management in the preparation of the financial statements. 1. Basis of accounting. The fund accounting statement is prepared under the historical cost convention. So I hope that answers your this thing. And then it said the fund represent amount raised, from the general public, and also the donation that was made by the principal himself. Let me go back now to the tweet, because I'm taking the tweets one after the other. He said, first, can you clarify what type of a financial statement you're referring to? So I think I've just done that. I understand that your husband has some financial exposure. I'm certain he would agree that you did not present a financial statement. I'm wondering why my husband came into here. My spouse has nothing to do with what we're discussing right now. But if you want to bring it in, yeah, he does. My husband does have a financial exposure. This is 2024. By 2026, it would be 40 years that he has been a chartered accountant. He's a fellow he's a fellow in ICANN. He's a chartered accountant. So, and he's actually also a prize winner. Yes, even as of that time, he qualified in 1986. So, it's not the now, whatever. He's a prize winner of ICANN when it comes to taxation. So even in this night, he's a tax guru that is out there. So that's my husband. Thank you for bringing him. Even I don't know why my husband became a conversation that we're having, right now. So he said, for whatever reason, you intentionally screenshot my wife's full face on your screenshot. You wanted to drag her into this conversation. You must be edgy, he said. Thirdly, all these actions show that you are uncomfortable with being accountable. So you're the one reading into what I'm doing. Like I said earlier, being held accountable, I love it because it gives me opportunity to fans and ask you to go and check and go and bring out any whatever that you think it's wrong. But it's just that you keep dancing around. I would have thought by now you carry this in and say, oh, your A did not match your B, but you guys keep dancing around. On the issue of your wife, it doesn't matter one bit to me whether you are married or you're not married. Your marital status has nothing to do with me. The screenshot I had there was for a particular reason. And that's even actually the reason why I'm even wasting my time. You understand? The time I will be using to either be scrolling to my YouTube page or just be sitting down and watching a movie or reading something, I'm actually wasting it to do that because I saw financial services on your bio. Normally, when I see people who made this kind of accusation or insinuations that you do, I just look at their profile, life, and I move on. But I saw this was a human being, not a bot. And so it's your business. You are the one who put your wife there as your friends screen this thing. That's your wife. I don't even know whether she's your wife or it's not your wife. It's none of my business. You are the one that put her and her Twitter handle there. You are the one who is making innuendos and accusation at another person. So you are the one that brought her in. My business was this financial services that you have there. And I don't want a situation whereby tomorrow it's no longer there and somebody is reading my tweet and saying that, oh, but he doesn't mention anything about financial services on his bio. So I screenshot your bio at the time I was watching your bio and put it there because of the financial services. So Mr. Nwagboso, your marital status is the least of my problem. It's your problem. I don't care. For some of you, it might be an achievement. It really doesn't mean anything one way or the other to me. So you said I must be edgy. Well, it's your opinion. If you feel I'm edgy, I'm not here to dispute your opinion. That's you, and you have a right to it. And then he said, don't ever, he put it in capital letter, don't ever think that you are above being questioned. Guy, I am to be questioned because I am somebody. Nobody is questioning you. I'm not questioning you over nothing. Because other than this tweet you've made, I don't know you for anything. And I'm sure a lot of people don't know you for anything. There are some people who know you, but people won't question you because you are a nobody to be questioned. I will be questioned because I'm somebody and I must be questioned. And I will be. And that's why any question that I don't mind. As you see me, I've never blocked anyone. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to block anyone. I say people have a right to ask this question. So yes, you will ask me because I am your somebody and you are my nobody. You might be somebody else's somebody, and the person you have is or are somebody will question you. I am your somebody, so you have to question me. It's a must. And so don't feel any this thing that ever I can never be above, because I will forever by the grace of God remain somebody that will be questioned and people will try to smear. But the thing I must ensure is that there is nowhere that smear will stick. And that's what is happening. And this explanation has been done before. And I know you will come again, or somebody like you will come again and put out the same question and say, oh, they didn't do anything. Yes, you know why? Because I continue to be a somebody. So that's it. Let me go by he said, don't ever think you are above being questioned, not the least when you manage public funds. Yes, LP campaign finance is public funds. Okay, so this is where you've gotten it right. And this is where I said I need to explain it to you. So now I'm going to slow down my speech so that you will understand very well as a 2-year-old, because I need to explain it to you as a 2-year-old. Yes, LP, Labour Party, that's LP, campaign finance is public funds. But it has nothing to do with Aisha. Aisha Yesufu did not manage Labour Party campaign funds. Neither did Aisha Yesufu manage Peter Obi campaign fund. What Aisha Yesufu managed was the fundraising that was done on behalf of Peter Obi that the public donated to. And Aisha Yesufu has put together a 14-page statement of account and gave it to Mr. Peter Obi, the deputy, Madam Deti Baba Ahmed, and some other people, that particular campaign for. If I can't remember, I think was that campaign for given to I think even the Labour Party chairperson was given, I can't remember now, but it was given to some other people. So that's the one I manage. And so that's where you're running over yourself because you're desperate. Because Aisha Yesufu that's your somebody. She's your somebody that you have to hold accountable. And so in holding her accountable, you are trying to hold her accountable for everything. If I managed the Labour Party campaign for you, would have had it since. It would have been there. I would have given you everything that went into it. But sorry, I did not. So in that case, you will need to either reach out to the former Labour Party chairman, Abure, he was there, or even the current one, and say you want to have, and you have a right. Don't ever think you don't have a right. You have a right to ask for it. You can go and ask for it, but not to come under Aisha Yesufu's this thing and be making innuendos. I wasn't in charge of that particular account. So I couldn't have told you this is what it is. So Labour Party finance account, yes, you can go ahead and give them. And so when it comes to, then he said to the core issues, 1, your previous media appearance where you presented a very compressed and almost an empty financial report can't pass as campaign finance reporting. Present a comprehensive report outlining the points I highlighted above and others for proper scrutiny. If this screenshot is what passes as a comprehensive financial reporting for you, then you're flat out ignorance. Okay, it's supposed to be ignorant, not ignorance. Ignorance of financial reporting. Okay, so first of all, absolutely, you're right. I'm ignorant about financial reporting. I'm not a financial person. I didn't read accounting or whatever. I'm a microbiologist. I'm a scientist, a biomedical scientist. So that's my line. So I don't know whatever it is that you're talking of here. But the thing here is that particular account, because like I explained earlier, you've missed up a lot of things in trying to look for Aisha and lump her into so many things. You've brought up different areas that Aisha is not the one that is there. So you might direct your this into Mr. Peter Obi, direct it to the Labour Party, maybe the former chairman Abure, or the treasurer, the former treasurer, or the current one, and ask them those questions. As I'm speaking to you right now, Aisha Yesufu is not even a card-carrying member of Labour Party, so there was no way I could have even managed Labour Party, expenses or whatever. It is a fundraising that was done that Aisha Isufu managed. She was one of the signatories and of course did manage that account. We've given a 14-page report, and if you still want that report, you will also have to go back to Mr. Peter Obi to give you the comprehensive report. I don't know what kind of financial services you provide and whether your clients are safe with you, or maybe you carry their financial details in the hope of, appearing that you know something or whatever, and carry their financial details and give other people. Well, I don't do that because that's not in me to give. But this financial report is already with Mr. Peter Obi. We've given him, and in giving that statement, we sat down, we outlined the basics of everything. So if you want to know whatever it is that I said, it was given to the reporters, you might go and meet them and also get that from them, from how much was gotten in and how every kobo was spent and what they were spent on. That's what we gave. And so what it is that you're looking for, you're clearly looking for something that Aisha Isufu was not there for, but you need to rope Aisha Isufu into it. If I was in charge of this campaign, you will have it every time of it, will be out there. And so what was this thing? Okay, he said that in reference to your recent interview with Shehu, you denied having any knowledge of receiving foreign donations. However, Mr. Peter Obi acknowledged receipt of foreign currency donations and indicated that these donations were changed and handed over to you. He did mention that forex receipts weren't receipts weren't up to 1% of figures being branded about. This info was provided by Mr. Peter Obi himself. So it means that either you or Mr. Peter Obi is spreading misinformation times, and that's the 10/10. So fine, yes, I did and this is the thing. This is why I said to Mr. Enwagboso, I am your somebody. And you must hold me accountable. You don't have any other choice because I am your somebody, but you're my nobody. So that's why I don't need to. So you've watched an interview that I've done. Me, up until the time that I saw this media, I didn't even know you existed. Even if we had an interaction before, I can't remember. And I'm sure immediately after this whole video or this interaction we are having, I will again forget who you are. Like I said before, you are nobody to me. So I am somebody to you, and that's why you must hold me accountable. But there's this thing. So in all of this conversation, there are other insinuations and other whatever that have been going on. I'm going to interact with you based on the tweets that you've given, because I have no knowledge of who you are, so I can't even come from any from any other point. You said in reference to your recent interview with Shehu, you denied having any knowledge of receiving foreign donations. How can someone deny having knowledge of doing something when that thing never happened? As in, there were no foreign donations. I did not get any foreign donation from anybody, and I've said this thing categorically and plenty of time. Please, if there's somebody that you people know that this person said that they gave money to Aisha, please come out and put it. Let the person come out and put it out there. Sahara Reporters will help you carry it. What is it? What's the name of these other ones again? It's them Parallel Facts, Punch, the whole media in Nigeria. You understand? People's Gazette, they will help you to carry it. Why are you people talking from the back? Let these people come, whoever it is that said they've given, let them come. Let me see the person and they find out when and where did this happen. So you can't be saying that, oh, you denied knowledge of. I stated that not such a thing happened. There were no foreign donations. The accounts are all Naira accounts, and every money that was done was directly put into the account. Nobody, not Mr. Peter Obi, not anybody that donated that money into the account gave me cash to put into any account. None. We did not interact with cash. I did not interact with any cash. 2023 campaign election, any cash like this, my hand, no. Everything went, people paid into the account. Where they were paying from was none of my business. Whether they paid from abroad or they converted or whatever conversion they did, I don't know. What we know is that what we saw in the account, and every money that left that account left into another account. There was never a time that somebody went over the counter and they wrote a check or they wrote something and cash was given to somebody. Not at all. That's why I can proudly say to you, please investigate. You know, there's something they call a forensic investigation. This particular Mr. Enwagboso says he's into financial services, and I'm sure in accounting, you know, there's forensic, you know, accounting. Can you do a forensic accounting on this account? I've given you the name of the account, I've given you the account numbers. Do a forensic account and then bring out your findings to say, no, Aisha Isufu said no money was paid to somebody in cash, but we found that. Put it out. Aisha Isufu said all donations were did, but we put it out. In short, I will even help you to amplify. I will retweet. I will help you tag wherever it is that needs to be tagged. But you see all of these cho. Like I said before, smear campaigns can happen, no? They can never stick. And the reason why I'm taking myself to is because I want to farms once again, to let people know that it is not your usual, everybody does it. That's what they always say. Everybody does it. Even if she get there, she will do the same thing. Everybody, I've heard people say that behind my ear, in front of me, I've heard people say that. No, it's not everybody that does it. Some people will say that and do things the right way. And you will see an example of it. So there's nothing like denying knowledge of. We did not receive any foreign donations anywhere. Then you say, however, Mr. Peter Obi acknowledged receipt of foreign currency donations and indicated that these donations were changed and handed over to you. So let me stop there. Except if you're not following this account, 800 million was donated by Mr. Peter Obi into the account. He did not give Aisha Isufu money. Aisha Isufu did not collect cash from me or whatever. We sat down and transfer into the account. He said, oh, this is amount is coming. We checked the account, we saw it, and we acknowledge. That's why we say in that account, this thing we have about, even in that interview, I read them out, that interview that you have watched. Even me that did the interview, God knows I've never watched the interview, but you took, God bless you anyway for taking time out to watch the interview. You know, people succeeding must always be found useful one way or the other. In that interview, 590 something million naira was donated by citizens. Peter Obi brought 800 million naira. However, wherever, that's not a question I ever asked. That's not my business. Just the way I didn't ask all the citizens, however, wherever of the money. So if there's any foreign donation, go and meet Mr. Peter Obi. Now, like I've said to you, don't be afraid. I will make your demands. I will help you amplify it. So say there's a citizen making this demand. I will help you retweet and put it out there. So that's not my account. The account that we did, that I am in charge of, I've given it out and I've given it. It has publicly been reported to the extent of telling how many campaign materials we bought, what were those campaign materials, how those campaign we've put them out. But of course, people that think that from time to time they'll come and put it and say, oh, she did this, oh, she did that, so that you think it's everybody that they can falsely accuse and the accusation will stand because the people have done one thing or the other. Nah, if you came to Aisha Isufu, you missed the road. So he said, so it means that either you or Peter Obi is spreading misinformation. Thanks. Well, whatever you think is forming misinformation, I don't know. So you need to find out yourself, what questions are you asking? 800 million was donated by Mr. Peter Obi, which we acknowledge right from day one. These are the monies that he donated. These are the donations from the public, and they went on. And the one that I'm in charge of, let me go back and, name it exactly, because sometimes I used to miss the naming, is the Obi Baba Ahmed campaign account for fundraising. That with 4 banks at Zenith, Sterling, Heritage, Globus. Those were the accounts that I was in charge of, and every one of them has been accounted for. Is this the last? No. There are a lot of people that are going to continue, because at the end of the day, let me tell you something. There's something that you guys want, and which has been going. The campaign didn't start today. It started in 2014 when I decided to be a voice. When I decided to stop being voiceless and speak on national issues. Is this constant smearing, constant bringing out this thing? For me, I welcome every one of them, because at every time I can sit down and explain to you how something happened. I've never been bothered about people's accusation. I'm not going to be bothered again. I know tomorrow another person is going to come out and say one or two things. Normally, a lot of them, I ignore them. I check them both or one account that doesn't even... But I see you are a financial service, and that's why I took my time out to answer this. I'm going to do tweets again. I'm going to go on. But, at any opportunity that I have, and also I wish to Shemo in that interview. I don't know whether he made it part of it. I say any opportunity I have Well, but to fans myself, while I take it and I put it out. When it comes to accountability and transparency, I hold myself to higher standards than I hold anyone. Thank you.